nails before I paint them. So whatever oil you are using, we have our 5 new oils, and this one is our almond oil still. They're in different bottles now. Just make sure that if you are using a non-GelMoment oil, that it's an oil that actually can be penetrated into your nails and your cuticles, especially after you have polish on your nails, so 3 to 6 times a day. So another one that I've been doing is adding our oil into our applicator stick that you can get off of Amazon. And then I add a little bit of vitamin E in it. That's not for the nail, it's just actually just to thicken it up for the applicator stick so that I can take this to go. So I do that, and then I actually wait 20 minutes just to let it absorb before I begin the process. After I let the oil sit in, I take my puffer side and I give my nails a quick buff in the direction that my nail grows. Push back your cuticles, do it very, very gently so that you don't obviously hurt your cuticles. You don't want to push them back aggressively. And if you're using cuticle oil, you really won't have to do too much to it. So be gentle on your cuticles. Okay, so now that I've done my oil and I buffed them, I'm going to use our cleansing wipe. And I always reuse my wipe on my other hand, so I'm only doing my first 4. So you're going to give it a wipe. Make sure to do the top of your nail. If you have long nails, do all around your nail to where polish is going to be applied. That I have my nail all prepped and ready to go. The other tidbit that I'm going to suggest is if you have the creative set, to grab your angle brush. If you don't, you can pick up just an angle brush or an angled makeup brush that you're obviously not going to use on your face. And then you can either use the cleansing wipe, or if you have a little bit of acetone, it's kind of handy to have a little bit. I don't use the acetone to remove the polish, but I do use a little bit just to clean up any little areas around the cuticle that I may get some polish in there, and the brush just helps remove it. The other thing you can do is actually just use some warm water, because it's polished and it hasn't been cured. It just wipes off. You're just gonna have to have something to wipe your brush on that is lint free. So I ended up just using this, or even the silicone mat, because I can clean it up with rubbing alcohol when I'm done. So I'm going to do Unspoken Love, and because it's a bit thinner, I'm going to be doing 3 coats of Unspoken Love. So make sure to do really thin coats. And if you still have too much, just keep wiping it off. Make sure when you go close to your nail, you grab it and you thin it out, because you don't want it to go thin and thick towards the cuticle and have it settle in there. So just keep removing any polish onto your bottle, and then that will give you nice thin coats. Especially lighter colors, you're going to want really thin coats, and anywhere from 3 to 4. And make sure to cap it off. I have very short nails, so I have to do mine like this. And then brush back. Now, don't go too close to your cuticle. Try to leave a bit of a gap. And when I say a gap, I mean at the base and around to the side as well. If you happen to get some there, all you have to do with your angled brush is take it can go around base and the other side if you get any on there, or if you find it's just too close. Because what happens is when you do multiple layers of polish and you leave any kind of, if you find that it's getting thicker and it's sort of going onto your edge, that's when you're going to get lifting from the bottom up, is because it was just too thick and maybe you had it really thick towards there, so when it levels out it's gonna fall. So by taking your brush, you're removing the excess from the cuticle and the nail. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the rest like that, and that's all. So just make sure to clean your cuticle area every time before you cure, and then oil around your cuticle and in between your nail and your skin. And that's how to get a nice clean polish.